Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading, in particular, mystery reading number 858. My name is Elizabeth. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. If you do decide to stick around and help me out, welcome and thank you very much. So before I started saying that whole intro thing, I did burp. Which if you've been around, you know for me that's a sign that something needs to be released. And that's very fitting for the number 858. Because there are 2 8s in that number, and the number 8 is about walking away or letting go, trusting that what's lost will be replaced. And the number 5 is about change and transformation. You could be going through a challenging change or a challenging personal transformation, but there is unbelievably strong confirmation and encouragement, especially from your ancestors, to focus on letting go and allowing yourself to move forward, to embrace the change, to let go of the old and walk into the new. And I just felt that walking could be significant, and I heard passeggiare, which means to walk in Italian. So someone's ancestors here. There's something significant here about walking for you. Maybe you're walking places for exercise, or maybe you don't have transportation. But it feels like they are bringing attention to that. And so I feel like I can't really get specific because walking can mean many different things for everybody. So if it resonates, trust it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. But adding up these numbers, 8 plus 5 is 13, and 13 plus 8 is 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. In the reading before this, I said that the number 333 was significant, so if you feel called to watch that, this is your confirmation. But the number 3 is about communication and healing, growing, expanding, collaboration. I feel what's significant, particularly significant, is the communication in terms of spiritual communication, using your psychic senses. There could be something significant here about Spider-Man or superheroes. I'm thinking for a second. Feels like this 3 is confirmation for you to pay attention to the signs, the messages in this reading in your life and other readings. Because I really, really, really feel like your intuition is trying to guide you somewhere, tell you something, or show you something about, what this loss, what you're going to gain from it, what these changes are going to do for you, rather than to you. These changes are working in your favor if you allow for them to work in your favor by embracing them, accepting them, and adapting and learning how to embrace them as part of your story, your journey, rather than reject them and cause yourself more mental anguish than, I guess I want to say, than you need, but you don't ever deserve to be mentally or emotionally struggling, or even with your beliefs You deserve to have a consistent sense of faith. So I feel like your ancestors, your spirit guides, and higher power you believe in wants you to trust more the process and that everything happens for a reason. You don't have to know why. You're being encouraged to embrace loss and to allow yourself to move forward, to know that it's happening for a reason. And if you trust it and give it some time, you'll find out. You just have to be open to receiving it, to receiving the loss and ultimately the deeper meaning behind it. And that's not to minimize how challenging it is. You should definitely give yourself time to process and to grieve, but don't let yourself stay in that state of grief, rejecting what there is to offer intellectually or what wisdom there is to offer. It might be important for you to have a shift in perspective here. On my own journey, a lot of the time I heard the phrase, like, things are working, and you might have too, but things are working for you, not to you. They add to your story. They're not here to punish you. I'm actually being reminded, like, what I tell myself, like, the longer it takes for me to get resolution in a situation, the more powerful the story behind it becomes. So maybe that could be helpful for somebody to look at it that way. That the more that you fight, the harder that you fight, the harder the struggles are. Once you get to the other side, the more inspiring they will be to other people, the more potential they will have to create positive change in the lives of other people. You might be feeling led with a sense of purpose, and you may question it at times, but this is confirmation for you to trust why you think you are going through what you are going through, what it all means in the grand scheme of things, and the influence or the impact that you have on other people or in the world or in your community. It really depends on how big you want to go. But you feel deeply, think deeply for a reason. That's for sure. I really do feel like I'm talking to someone who is meant to make a difference. Your story does matter. The struggles that you go through do matter, and they do have reason, and they do have purpose. And I can't make you believe that, but that's what I believe. I'm going to start wrapping up this reading by drawing out a card from the Secrets of Tarot cards. These came from a bookstore, so you might not be familiar with who made them. It's just Pinkwood Books. But let's see what comes through for you and how it might relate to the number 858. The loss and allowing yourself to move with it rather than against it. Okay, so I have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. At the bottom it says peace of mind and contentment, at least in the upright, and then in reverse I wrote mistakes/setbacks and workaholic. There's a lot of messages in this card, it seems like. The first one that I noticed was the number 9, because the number 9 for me is literally about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. So this is a very, very strong confirmation for someone that you are going through what you're going through because you are here and you are meant to do more. You are meant to do big things. You are meant to tell your story and to use it not only to empower yourself and to benefit yourself, but also the collective. That's why I say your voice matters so much. And the number 3 can be about, expressing yourself, literally communication, using your voice. And there may be situations or relationships where you felt unheard, but that's not how it is, in every nook and cranny in the world. It's not like that in every relationship. It's not like that with every job. So make sure you stay open-minded to the opportunities that present themselves to you, or to even what's possible and what could present itself to you. It feels like there's a big focus here on possibilities, so don't trap yourself in the lie that where you're at now is all there is. Because that's definitely not true at all. I do feel like I'm talking to someone who is going through a rough patch. It feels like you feel deeply dissatisfied. You might be like working hard, but you feel like you're not getting the results that you want. But I feel like this reading is here to tell you it's not that you're not getting the results that you want. It's that you're not getting the results that you want as fast as you want them. And it's valid, you know. I've been saying this in readings lately that, you know, it's very possible that what you're fighting for, what you are working toward, is something that you already deserve and you should have already had. And you don't deserve to be fighting this hard, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. That just means that you're creating a powerful story, at least in my interpretation. I think it's very important for you to focus internally and make sure that the way that you're thinking and feeling isn't creating a belief system that works against you, that leads to actions and choices that work against you and, you know, that don't serve you or reflect who you are or, you know, what you truly believe. I do feel frustration in this energy. I feel a lot of fire. This could be a reading for a woman. It doesn't have to be, but there's a strong feminine energy here. Like, I'm getting this imagery of a woman surrounded by fire. And again, it doesn't have to be a woman. But the woman could be a symbol of just feminine energy, your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs. This imagery I'm seeing is actually like some artwork that I made. But this is somebody who feels, well, it was inspired by the song Buried Alive by Avenged Sevenfold. It feels like you're under a lot of pressure, there's a lot of compression, and there's also a lot of fire and a lot of rage, and it feels like there's nowhere to put it. But there is. This energy can be used to help sustain you over a longer period of time, rather than focusing on what isn't here, what you don't have. Maybe it's important here for you to transform the way that you use your passion. You know, make sure it works for you rather than against you. You're frustrated, and that's valid. But you can use that as fuel to help you keep moving forward instead of a heavy weight that keeps you stuck or even moving backwards.